everything is part of the magic that is woven in, around, and through this holographic reality. So we are oftentimes missing what's right in front of us because we're thinking it's going to be delivered to us in a different way. Welcome to Activations with JJ, and welcome to the final few days of 2024. I've been enjoying this last week or so with family, also still on a bit of vocal rest. And now I'm stepping back into the recording studio and feeling all of the amazing energies of completion that are upon us right now. And kind of have been coming in since the solstice for me. I set the intention that during solstice, I would be able to begin to feel that ending and taking into consideration the cycles of the sun, and knowing that that was connected to more than what our current calendar system is connected to. It kind of doesn't make sense. But I know that we're all feeling it to some degree. And no matter what calendar system we identify with or we connect to, I'm absolutely sensing this feeling of completion coming forward. And I'm here today to share with you a few different observations that have come forward in the last couple of weeks. And I actually haven't been able to put too much content out due to my voice upgrades and my body upgrades. And I'm sure some of you have been in the same boat. But I have a long list of things that have been dropping into my awareness that I wanted to share. In fact, right before I sat down to record this podcast episode, I was guided to lay down and to receive. And so you're probably feeling my energy. I know there's going to be quite a bit of channeling that will come through today. A lot of messages related to what we can do to best get ourselves ready to step into a new cycle, a new phase, a new era. Just a lot of completion. A lot of completion is what's coming through. And that's the word that's echoing in my clear audience. So as we drop into the podcast together to co-create this, you're welcome to open yourself up and feel into the intentions of everyone else who's listening to this asynchronously. But we can telepathically connect up and amplify that intention of completion so that it can assist every single one of us who have things we're ready to complete. It was interesting as I had a friend, Sheena Israel, she does a podcast called Frequency Ma, and she posted the other day how she was feeling drawn to refrain or transition from saying the word release, and that sometimes the word release does not adequately express what parts of us need to do. And I've been feeling that lately too. I feel like the word release can sometimes keep us from properly honoring a time period, a relationship, a contract that has, in essence, served us and assisted us with growth. And so that's where the word completion comes into play. So I'd like to invite you to take a deep breath and feel into this group, as it were. Kiana kara, kiana kara, kiana kara, kiana kara. Weaving our intentions and energies together for our greatest and highest good. And I'm feeling a lot of excitement because this coming Sunday, in just a couple of days, the 29th of December, some of you are aware that I will be putting on a workshop. This is a group activation where we will be connecting with the Galactic Akashic Records. Now, I just finished my Orion lineage reconciliation project, and I haven't even had time to properly recap what we did there. I'm hoping to take some time over the next couple of weeks to record more since my voice is getting better. But in that, I learned a lot. I learned a lot that applies to the coming months and is going to play a role in how we transition from where we've been to where we're going. And there was a lot of completion in that project, and I'm so grateful. We had almost 100 people participating in that, and I will be putting out the playbacks very, very soon because I know that there are more of you who wanted to participate but maybe couldn't at that moment and still want to receive. So I will absolutely be creating that as an on-demand offering. But I learned about templates. I learned about them in a way that I hadn't previously known, although I've known that word, used that word. Many of you understand that we are preparing for these galactic templates. We've been getting ready for that since November and before. And what I've been feeling lately is that as we're accessing more of the galactic Akashic records, we are calibrating for the full template downloads that are coming on a collective, large scale. Now, on an individual level, I do believe that the group activation I'm doing on the 29th, and whether you participate in that live or you sign up, you will receive that playback. But what I'm feeling is that we will individually be swapping out templates. This is also part of my multidimensional soul integration modality. As we go from soul aspects to soul templates or a combination of those things. And here's how I want to frame this for you. Because some of you remember that one of the themes for December 2024, I mentioned the verbiage in the terminology of walk-ins and walkouts. And I know that many of us have heard those words before. A walk-in and a walkout can be kind of scary because we see it like an entire soul swapping out a body. And so then we get like the invasion of the body snatchers vibe, and we're like, who's taking over these bodies? But what I have been told by my guides, by our team, that's literally overseeing the ascension of Gaia, is that this is a very rapid way for us to accelerate the ascension journey by allowing these walk-ins or walkouts. And so I see it sometimes as a template walk-in or walkout. And I was talking to a friend and she's like, I don't think that word is going to resonate with everybody. I think it might be scary for people. So I do have a book to recommend for you called Cosmology of the Soul by Sheila Seppi, because she talks about the nuances of walk-ins and walkouts. And I'll share that in the show notes because you might want to pick that book up. We are needing to understand what all of this means. And unconsciously or consciously, we will be undergoing some of these kinds of things over the next little while. But there are two analogies that came to me as I brought forward this concept when I was talking with my friend, because sometimes when we're talking with someone, you know those people that help you kind of tune in and activate. I felt this sense of a closet. I was shown a closet of clothing. And I was reminded how every year, actually every season, I tend to swap out my closet and I will put away the clothes that don't fit for that season and I'll bring in new clothing. And this is how I was seeing the templates or the walkouts and the walk-ins. It was parts of us that we don't need for this coming season. And this coming season could last thousands of years in linear time. We don't know how long this is going to last. And there are articles of clothing that we've been using for eons. Templates, you might say. And we don't need them anymore in our closet. We can put them in our storage. And this is that idea of like, we're not releasing them, we're not burning them up, but we are honoring what they did. And with love, this is that, you guys remember the Con Marie method where she was like, what sparks joy? And then when you got rid of the clothing you didn't need anymore, you showed it love. That's what we're doing with our templates, okay? That's what we're doing. Another analogy that came forward was apps on our phone. You know how periodically you'll go through your phone and there is a lot of data on there that's taking up room and you need to remove it to get, put on more photos or whatever. You go through and delete those apps you didn't need anymore. That's what we're doing right now. That's what we're doing right now. Will those apps be there if you need them again in the future? Yes, you can grab them again. You can push that little button because they're kind of in the cloud. But we're taking things from our hard drive and we're putting them on the cloud now where they don't need to be at our fingertips. Their experiences, templates, relationships, whatever they are, we can honor them, bless them, and express gratitude to them. But it's time for a swap out, a refresh. And this is where we are. And I'm really excited because if you're part of the Starseed community, I'm creating a very special guided meditation and light language activation to help you individually go through this. If you're not part of the community, this might be a reason for you to join us. It's an amazing place where we get to co-create. We have weekly gatherings and special content that is available. It's just $44 a month. You can join anytime and you can close out anytime, but it's a place and a space for more curated content that I bring forward and channel. So as we're going through this template swap out, I'm feeling called to bring in our guides right now. And just reflect to you pieces of information that might be beneficial. I'm definitely feeling the Arcturians. For our galaxy, they play a large role in the templates. In the storage of the templates and in the translation of the templates, what I'm hearing is that they are able to calibrate the templates to be better received by our physical bodies. I also feel the dragons in the Orion lineage reconciliation project. The dragons and the Crystalline Children came forward as keepers of the templates, and I received additional information about the dragons being template keepers on more of a universal scale. So I'm calling in the Arcturians, the Crystalline Children, the dragons, allowing them to come into your awareness here. Calibration, calibration, calibration. Taking a deep breath. We are being invited to activate our spoken light language. Written light codes are also going to be very beneficial at this time as we call in the new templates. I think that's why in our Starseed community, when we merged with Star Mothers Worldwide, I added a component of light language, and that is now the foundation of everything that we do in there. Everything is guided and built upon the light language because it is a technology that allows us to create containers both like a container, like the community we have, this virtual community I have, but also our physical bodies as a reflection of our virtual community. As above, so below, as within, so without. Everything that is without is also within. This reminds me of something that I think I once knew, but I forgot. I was watching a YouTube video, and I'll share it in the show notes. Some of you have probably heard of this, where they were breaking down the idea of Santa Claus literally being in your body. It's a claustrum, which is a chemical that your brain secretes, and it goes down the chimney or the spinal cord. And it originates in the North Pole of the body, the Polaris, at the top of the brain. And I was laughing because I went, everything without is within. It's all a reflection. If we are not noticing that law of correspondence, we are missing out on so many messages. A lot of you I know are really wanting to amplify and expand your clairs, right? Your ability to psychically see, know, hear, feel. But I want you to remember the secrets and the mysteries are not just perceived through those psychic senses. Everything in your physical reality, as well as everything in your non-physical reality, is a reflection of each other. This includes relationships. This includes physical sensations, experiences. This includes weird and random things that happen around you, like, I don't know, maybe a pipe breaks at your house, or something you see at the grocery store catches your eye. Maybe something happens to your car, or you hear a song come on the radio that is significant. Everything is magical, outside and inside, within and without, physical, non-physical. Everything is part of the magic that is woven in, around, and through this holographic reality. So we are oftentimes missing what's right in front of us because we're thinking it's going to be delivered to us in a different way. And I think if I were to share with you the secret, it's not really a secret, but if you were to get sort of a glimpse of how I operate on a day-to-day basis, when I'm at my most tuned in state of flow, I am seeing everything physically and non-physically as part of that message from source, of source, through source, that is reflecting back to me the information that I need to either continue on the course I'm on or correct that course or anchor in that particular frequency. And that is so helpful. What data is being reflected back to you to assist you in calibrating your frequency, adjusting your frequency to better match up to the reality that you wish to create for yourself. The blueprints, the templates. Yatiskutok. Yatiskutok. And that's why I chose the image that you see on this video if you're listening on YouTube. This is a template that I channeled specifically to support what we're doing here today. Both what I am saying, but also what I am not saying out loud, but what you're feeling. Hoin. Take a few deep breaths. You might still be able to feel all of us here together listening at once. And there might be an opportunity right now for some telepathy. In and through our guides, the Arcturians, Crystalline Children, the dragons. Soften the body just a little bit. Focus on your third eye. If your eyes aren't already closed, go ahead and close your eyes. We're going to play a little game. You're receiving these non-physical messages through telepathy and energy. And you will receive only what is a frequency match for you in your desired highest timeline. You're receiving this again in a non-physical form. But I want you to angle your head in a specific way that's maybe not straight in front of you. Just use your intuition. You might be looking up and to the left, down and to the right. But you're not looking yet. You're not opening your eyes. Your eyes are still closed. So angle your head in a specific way that you feel called. And then I'm going to count down from 3 to 1. And when I do, you're going to open your eyes and something in your line of sight is going to reflect to you this as within, so without principle and send you a message. 3, 2, 1. Now you're looking at that thing. If you were driving, you might have to just adjust this a little bit. Okay, take note of what that is. And if it doesn't make sense right now, it will later. This is the virtual reality you've created for yourself. Take a deep breath. There's a little bit of energy of not trusting yourself in your high heart. Do a little tapping on your high heart. It's safe to trust myself. It's safe to trust myself. I can trust myself. You're doing amazing. We're calibrating for the completion that will occur over the next 5 to 7 days. We are calibrating for this KonMari method of energy. And if you don't know what KonMari method is, I'll put it in the show notes. What are you going to want to do if energetically you're quote unquote bringing things to completion? You're probably going to want to adjust your physical surroundings. I talked about this in a reel it was probably a week ago at the middle of December 2024. Making small adjustments is a reflection of bigger adjustments that you might be making energetically. Small adjustments in your physical world, I should say. So think about what those things might be. I mean, you might like change your handbag that you've had for 5 years. You might get a new baseball cap and stop wearing the one that you've been wearing for the past several months. I'm just seeing these different visions coming through my mind. And being that I'm in linear time, I'm preparing this before our Galactic Akashic Records group activation. I am feeling a lot of galactic guides stepping forward, very excited that we will be connecting with them. Now, whether you attend that virtually, through the playback, or even just energetically, this is a reflection of a larger theme of Galactic Akashic Records opening to our collective consciousness in a way that it has not been opened before. And so, again, whether you attend or not, I bring up these offerings because they mirror the energies. They are telling signs of what's going on for us. And I am seeing that we need to bring a lot of paper and something to write with to this Galactic Akashic Records group activation, because many people will be downloading codes. And again, even if you're not attending this, over the next 2 days, I would have some paper and pen nearby. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You could be watching TV. You could be doing anything. It could be next to your bed, because you might wake up in the middle of the night with a lot of codes to bring through. So just that little tidbit of information wants to come in as we close out today. And taking a deep breath, the Arcturians have a small calibration to finish us off. Thank you for co-creating. We will gently release this beautiful container that we have done outside of time and space, beyond linear time and space, I should say. Thank you to everyone who participated. And a small reminder that if you would like to receive the ceremony of completion, a completion activation ceremony that is exclusive to our starseed community, you can very easily sign up for the community through the link below in the show notes. Signups are still open for our Galactic Akashic Records group activation that I just mentioned. You can also find that link below. And our guides are ending with the final message of share your codes. Share your codes. Share your codes. I think that's one of the reasons I have the community, because we have a thread in that community specifically dedicated to light language and light codes, spoken, written. And that was the intention, is we're receiving so many codes. They're intended to be shared. And if you don't have an Instagram yet where you're sharing like I am, it's important to get those out into a space where they can be received. You can even share them with Gaia. Draw them in the dirt, draw them in the sand. Draw them on a rock with some chalk. Speak them into Gaia. However you do it, whatever you're receiving is intended to be spread. So that's the final little message of encouragement to share that's coming through our collective guides and higher selves. Thank you, my friends, for being here as we close out this year. I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful for the expansion that we've been able to undergo together. This last 4 months has by no means been that easy for some of us. And I honor that. I witness that. But we're still here. We're together. We're on this journey to support each other. And I'm sending you so much love and reminding you that I am you and you are me and we are we. Until next time.